The ENTJ in the workplace. The ENTJ is the best, and they know it. The ENTJ, much like the INTJ, is a very, very competent employee. They will figure out the system of how the corporation works, how to exploit it to get to their quota, their goals, whatever number has been set up, whatever task they've set for themselves to complete that in the most efficient way possible. Both the INTJ and the ENTJ are obsessed with what works, what doesn't, and how can I complete this as fast as possible in the shortest amount of time without wasting any sort of breath or energy on feelings or emotion. What you're going to get that is not present in the INTJ is very good communication. Much like the ENFJ, they can lay out details. They can lay out steps, procedures for how to do something much better than most of the other types. For example, if you had someone that needed to figure out how do I input this information into my CRM? How do I input this information into QuickBooks or accounting software? They can lay it out for them. Tick boxes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, without referencing anything else, just because that's how their brain works. They can systematize information in such a way that allows them to speak very clear. Now, this is one of the things I love about the ENTJ is with that clarity in a positive setting also comes the dark side in the office where their clarity also can be used for why they disagree with you, why you're wrong, why their way is right. And if needed, we can list out all the other reasons ever in the history of talking to that person why they've been wrong before. They are very outgoing with their opinion, very opinionated, and because they're clear speakers, are very good at blasting people down to a manageable level if they need to, or they need to put someone in their place about why their idea is wrong. You can see why ENTJ, in both their positive light, good communicators, understand the system, have a J function which allows them to drive to the end goal that they've set for themselves, naturally rise up to the top of organizations. At the same time, if they're at the top, people will look at them as not as approachable or with a little bit of caution if they feel like they're going to present something that might get some pushback. A very interesting trait of the ENTJ that I've personally noticed and has come out in my research is that for a type that is so confident, for a type that has such a high self-esteem outwardly, there are moments you will see when you observe them where they have crippling self-doubt. You could have the top performer in your company suddenly think they're the worst piece of garbage that ever sold a product in their life. It's a very confusing thing to see, but deep down in their function stack, they have a feeling function that is not well observed or is not well satisfied. So sometimes they can just get down on themselves. I think as a manager, to see this can be like, well, you're the top performer. Why do you think you're not good at what you do? And that is the weird dichotomy when you're looking at an ENTJ, more so than the INTJ or other types. As a manager, you can look to the ENTJ to lead. The ENTJ in the Myers-Briggs community is known as the commander. So this person can lead the team. They don't always want to be the manager. They don't always want to be the leader. But when they see that someone needs their help, or when they see that the organization as a whole can benefit from them taking charge or taking the reins, they will step up very naturally. Given that they're good communicators, they will be able to easily tell people what to do. They will be able to use the structure that was given to them, the training, to help other people as they onboard or as they are ramping up in the company. So for management to get an ENTJ on board is going to be as valuable as the INTJ. But the difference is the INTJs sometimes can they can spin off the planet a little bit when it comes to their ideas. You're not going to see it as much with the ENTJ. They will have ideas, but they're much more realistic in terms of whether or not we can actually spend the time, resources, or energy fulfilling their ideas. Much like the INTJ, where sometimes it's like, I don't really think there's any tangible value there. So if you were creating a creative team, or you wanted a team that was not going to mess around with too many details or getting bogged down in things like meetings taking too much time, if you had an INTJ and an ENTJ together, that would probably be a dynamic duo for corporate America and management. Interestingly enough, you can put an ENTJ in any career and they'll be fine. I don't think they need to be focused on a certain field like accounting or sales or manufacturing or construction. Put them anywhere, they'll be at the top in less than 5 years. They'll be a senior resource for your team. Some other types need to be in more of a creative or people-facing career. An ENTJ does not need that. They can be anywhere, which makes them so versatile. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Appreciate it.